drop his pants one day because he got hot.
And either
like,
workout or basketball shorts under it.
And it's like, holy shit, I ain't never fucking thought of that shit. I'm stealing that from you.
Did you throw this at the door?
No, I took him to the trash can.
He kicked that
box right
motherfucker
there full
to
of
the
beers.
door. He wrote it in because you had your pants down.
I turned around, you forgot to close the door behind you.
No, I know.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
I mean, the first thing he does hitting the
fucking
door.
redo like 3 times. Get your ass over here and sit down.
Dude.
Oh shit. Alright, here we go. Welcome to the No Filter Podcast. This is the after hours show. We're doing after hours show on Podbean now. That way we can talk more in depth of dumb
Or
stuff.
shenanigans.
Of our tism, as you may call
with the tism, oh yeah. I got the rhythm
You
with the
said this
tism,
live,
oh yeah.
though, right?
Yeah, I
On
mean,
Podbean.
it's recording.
This one is actively working too.
Just got done with the first podcast.
With the
got
third,
done.
third,
Podbean right
fucking
now.
third. We have been hitting this fucking half of bottle of fucking
You mean empty
Starlight? Yes. Of Carl T. Huber's is 113 proof, and it was good as shit. If you have not tuned into the first half of it, I suggest you go to No Filter Podcast on YouTube. I got the hiccups.
Yeah, we just got done talking about interesting topics like my FFL, his time with the Morton PD so far.
If it recorded that, yeah.
Yeah, if it recorded that. The investigative branch, so on and so forth.
Yeah. We got into kind of a deep topic there for a little bit, but other than that,
Yeah,
we had a little fun time because Drew over here came in with his pants down to his legs, and it kind of threw everything off. So, welcome to the No Filter Podcast. As always, your host, Tasmanian Chase. I got Seth here, and I got Drew, which has his FFLs, and if he feels like going back in depth in that, then
You got a problem today, don't you?
Yeah.
which I honestly would say all of y'all that are proud...
Your mic's there, okay.
that are proud people of the Second Amendment,
Yes, I'm throwing shit.
get
Oh,
your
shit at me.
FFL, get at least up to your Class 3 license while Trump is in office so you can own fully automatics.
Not even that. Get it while Cash is in office as well. Because it sounds like Cash is about to do the unthinkable.
Yeah, I think he was going to redo all the fuckery that was done in the 80s
Yeah.
and the 90s.
He's
all,
already-
all
Be
the-
able to own shit again?
mainly all the Bill Clinton bullshit.
We're actually going to be able to own guns again?
Yes.
Yes. Like,
Real guns?
Unless
Like
you go
my-
into...
like my bunt gun isn't going to be a piece of history that I own anymore. It'll actually be a functioning firearm that I can duck hunt again with.
I want to hunt with a fucking punt gun. Fucking 4 gauge with fucking ball bearings as ammunition.
Seth, mine isn't a 4 gauge. Mine I
Was yours
use...
2 gauge?
No, mine I use as a cannon right now.
So yeah, yours was
I can-
originally a 2
I can-
gauge.
I just want the war crime stick back.
Exactly. I can fit 1.5
I
ball...
fucking own one
No.
because my safety's broken.
It's bigger than 1.5. I can
Don't let the ATF hear you.
I can fit 3.5 inch.
Bring it, bitch.
Sorry about that, everybody. I can fit 3.5 inch active bombs in my piece, but I cannot do that yet because I do not have my Class 4 license yet. I'm in the process of getting my Class 4 license.
You don't need a Class 4 to own a cannon.
To own one with actively exploding ammo.
You
do.
still don't need one.
Actually, with active explosives, yes, you do.
Yes.
Because that falls under the consideration of it's an artillery piece.
No. It falls under destructive device.
I mean, technically,
that's why if
artillery
anybody
piece,
wants to own a real 40 mic or an AT4, just like I'm working for my class 4.
If you wanted to own a cannon is considered a musket.
Yes, a cannon you can
depending
own,
on what you load it with.
but you cannot shoot active TNT ammo.
I would not shoot active TNT ammo. I would shoot.
It depends on what you load it with.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be able to shoot out of my punt gun, because if I can do that out of my punt, whatever the fuck you want to call it, gun.
I've always heard of a punt gun.
I want to be able to own 105 or 110 millimeter Swiss cannon.
And please let me know if this session is better than the first one, because I think most of us are mostly fucked up.
No, I have a head change. Yeah, I have a head change, and I mean, I'm still talking soberly because the Irish blood in my veins.
I got 2% Irish and fucking 25% Scottish.
Well, I got 60% Choctaw, 25% Irish, and then the other percentage is English, and then 2% African.
Have I showed you any of my stuff?
No. Did you do the saliva test like I did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I haven't done that shit yet. I need to. I want to know how much. If I'm at least 10% Native American, I can get my money from the government.
No, if you're, I was about to say, if you're as much Native American as I am, you can get a check. You can live on the reserve after 40%.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go to
the government
pays
me to be living.
Or I can go to, what county is the fucking casino, Choctaw Casino in?
Chickasaw.
Chickasaw. Yeah,
Chickasaw
I can go Chickasaw. I'll have to talk to the chief. But in LaFleur County, where my people are from, because my great-grandmother, I mean, not my great-grandmother was full-blooded Choctaw.
Get that going.
Well, I don't know about full-blooded, because my great-great-grandmother was the Pocahontas of LaFleur County.
My great-great-grandmother was full-blooded Norwegian. Or Scandinavian.
See, my great-grandmother was full-blooded Choctaw because she was the Pocahontas of the Choctaw tribe in LaFleur County. And my great-great-grandfather was Greenwood LaFleur. And Greenwood LaFleur, for all of you who don't know, is the founder of LaFleur County, which center of that is Greenwood, Mississippi, which I was born in Baptist and Jackson, raised in LaFleur County, Greenwood. I have a one-of-one portrait of the LaFleur, what is it called?
Manor?
No, not the manor. It's
estate.
Not estate. It's where the people lived in the Victorian home and the slave houses were.
Plantation?
Yes, the plantation. Greenwood LaFleur Plantation. Which I'm honestly sad to admit that my great-great-grandfather owned slaves.
Fucking cool.
But at the same time, like Seth just said, it is...
I mean, it's part of our history, and there ain't shit we really can do about it at this point.
You know what's crazy? I found out about a couple months ago, my great-great-grandfather was a cotton farmer.
Yeah.
And he owned slaves, but he paid them.
Yeah, he was a...
And that was indentured servitude.
Exactly.
No. It's a crop...
Cash crop? Or...
What was it in the 1930s?
I can't think of it, but it was
slavery?
It was a way that we could still... I hate to say this, y'all.
You can own people, but you can also pay them at the same time.
Yes, you could technically still own slaves until 2000. crop farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah, crop share farmers, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, crop shares.
And that falls under the Jim Crow laws.
Yeah,
and that's how you got around it.
You still had to give them a shotgun house, and you still had to give them payment.
Exactly.
So they could buy groceries and all that other stuff.
Did they get paid well? Fuck no.
Fuck yeah.
Did they get paid in general?
No.
Yes.
They got paid.
They got paid pretty damn well. They got a belly full of food.
Yeah,
and then they got, pennies on a dollar, but they got fed.
Exactly. That's
you
what I was
felt
about
lucky
to say. Whatever livestock, which, by the way, Greenwood LaFleur, as soon as the Civil War broke out, all of his slaves were either mechanized Confederate cavalry, or they were Confederate soldiers, or they got to do whatever they wanted to do. Greenwood LaFleur was, to my knowledge, at least close to the same as George Washington, and he let his slaves do what they wanted to do as soon as that happened.
That's another thing. George Washington smoked pot. He had one of the largest pot farms in the United States. And yet today, we have to fight for the right to grow and smoke your own pot.
No. Why are you bringing up pot and not bringing up
because
Thomas
he used
Jefferson,
slaves,
which is known as Barnabas Danklin, or whatever the fuck these youngins are calling
Franklin,
him.
my good sir.
Not
Thomas Jefferson.
My bad. Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Danklin.
Benjamin Danklin.
Yes. I fucking love it.
And,
but that's the thing. Why? Our first president had slaves that grew pot.
And, by the way, everybody...
Why can't I have pot on a daily basis?
With me going to the Marines, I do not partake. I do not consume, in case Sergeant Rumi or Gunny Sergeant are listening to this. And
I'm the bad influence
even
friend.
if they were, I would still say the same things, because yes, I do believe. By the way, everybody, I'm a Christian. If you didn't hear that in the first podcast,
Jesus smoked weed.
In Genesis chapter,
Jesus was weed.
In Genesis 2 or 3.
Thank you.
No. The third fucking
third book of Old Testament.
No, not the third book, but the third sentence or paragraph or whatever you want to call it.
Third verse.
Yeah, third verse of the Old Testament.
It literally says God created
gave us
all living
seeded plant.
And quite frankly, you grow weed with a seed.
Oh my!
That makes it a seeded plant.
I'm gonna use the GI Bill for agriculture. I'm not gonna use it for
My
growing
phone?
weed. I'm gonna major in agriculture, minor in livestock. So I try to keep up with some of these topics at least. So another thing, if any of y'all want to know, that's another topic that we can talk about one day.
Hey Siri, where you at?
This is not my phone. Whose phone is this?
That's mine.
Why did I?
How do you have my phone? Holy
He's
shit!
over here looking for his fucking phone. Wait, this ain't my
I'm
phone.
over here looking for reference topics on his phone.
I don't think we need to drink no more.
I don't think we ought to be hitting 113 proof no more.
I don't think you do, motherfuckers. Shit, I'm okay.
160 proof moonshine, which, by the way, is not made by me, but if you make your own alcohol,
State of Mississippi regulations, you can make 3 gallons
for
personal
yourself.
consumption.
But
Cannot sell.
Included in that personal consumption, you cannot sell, but you can gift.
Yes. And if they gift you money in return, then, well...
That's the tip.
No, I'm not talking about all the gifted money in return, because...
I'm sorry, it's the legal loopholes that I love.
No,
a tip.
I don't love them, because...
No, if you consider it a tip, you will get in trouble for distributing illegal
Because if I'm
alcohol.
not making my own 3 gallons, I get gifted gallons. Well, not gallons. I get gifted
quarts.
maybe a pint or 2 by my cousins, and I'm not going to say where they live. I'm not going to say where they brew. I'm not going to say any of that.
Sorry, even if
I'm not too sure about their process. And I know it's not illegal for a fact because he is a sheriff of Carrollton County, or at least auxiliary of Carrollton County. All I know is it has something to do with Carrollton County. So don't ask us about that. Don't do anything about that.
You didn't hear it.
Leave it where it lies. And
what are you over there playing with?
Hopefully I'll see something in the future.
Look up the serial number and tell me what year.
Those are guitar strings, aren't
they? Yeah, these are guitar strings. Shit.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Are they?
No, that's a military handsaw.
That's why I got out of that fucking green locker out there.
Well, here, Seth, you can look that up. Damn, that
I want to say it's from 1969.
That knocked my center of conversation.
I'm sorry. I just
Oh, no, you're good, man. You're good. This is a,
welcome to his small P brain, guys.
Hey, I'm fucking ADHD and dyslexic. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, somehow, some way, even though I know they're not supposed to be classified together, me and the owner of this podcast both have ADHD, ADD, and dyslexia, so
I feel like I should just go fucking home then.
Shut up.
Because I'm in the same fucking canoe.
Hey, how much y'all think this is worth?
What are they?
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I was just about to say Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I saw the back of it. Do you have any dragons?
I do.
The dragons are what's worth money. To my knowledge, at least. I'm not too big of a collector of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Armored Bug is like a 75 cent to $1.50 card. Luster Dragon, that's like an... Don't quote me on these prices. This is years ago at Game Exchange, y'all.
I know. This podcast has taken a wild turn.
He's got some decent cards. Like, this man has a meat wagon. The ambulance rest. I'm not gonna finish that because I don't want to make people mad. Somehow he has some kind of ambulance card.
I got a bunch of fucking high cards.
Dude, Toon Alligator.
Dark Panther.
Don't get mad at me. I've never seen this card.
Neo Spacian Dark Panther.
That's a good card. I used to play that a lot. I'm not going to say the name in case people hate this card.
Look at this one.
That is a $10 card. Here we go. Okay. Blue Eyes White Dragon. I know that's not worth a whole lot of money, but that's worth a decent amount of money of what I've seen so far.
I probably got a shit ton of money right here. If you look at these.
I was about to say, if you have the four cards that make up the never mind, I'm not going to finish that for the podcast. I'm not.
It's missing the rings.
Is it?
The hand rings.
Yeah, I mean, you have rings that go to that.
No, this was supposed to come with them.
All you have to do is take 2 keychain rings. That's all you have.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Sergeant Hardwick told you the same thing.
Well, here's the thing. It's been so long ago because
this is another good card.
I put these cards in here when I was 8.
Dude, take...
this was used by the military for 30 plus years.
It came out of this green footlocker that's over there.
It is still used to an extent to this day.
But
Delta Force still use those.
I don't see a year where they were issued.
Whether
it started
it's for certain acts which I may not mention, or it's for actual survival. Delta Force still uses those chords. That's a piano chord, technically.
They're really good at choking people out.
Yeah, they are. That's what he was trying not to mention. By the way.
Why do you think I said it under my breath?
Thank you.
Just in case you wanted to know that.
I said it under my breath.
Thank you. CIA
I know
mainly used them. I mean, not mainly, but they used them for some of that. Not to mention how many cases they tried to kill Fidel Castro. Which, speaking of which, who else other than the CIA would use coral reef fucking seashells in order to try to kill a dictator?
I'm not ever getting rid of these, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I just want you to know. I just want to know.
You got some really you got some good cards. If you ever wanted to go to a competition with me, which I don't do Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, I go to some nerd spots for D&D, but I know some places that do
Dungeons and Dragons.
You never did the D&D club in Camp Shelby?
Nope.
Really? That's one of the only clubs I was able to join other than Pathfinders because of the days that it was carried out. Just like I ran cross country with you?
Yeah.
That was literally only when Sergeant Hardwick advised so. For PT.
Really?
Yeah.
These are some good ass mics, dude.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, they are pretty good mics compared to what I was mentioning the other podcast.
The Yetis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean the Yetis are good.
Yetis are good, and you can get them from Game Exchange right now with my discount for a really good price, 30 or less.
Let me see those cards.
So I can't get a date that these were issued.
You know what these were? Crackers.
No, I was just about to say that. That's
military crackers.
That's a survival 10.
I remember trying them.
Military.
They were stale as shit.
That's
them motherfuckers were so fucking stale that I would have rather eaten.
I know where this cord came from
corn.
now.
Huh?
I know where this cord came from.
Yeah.
I know exactly where this cord came from. It came from that tin.
Like I said, I would have preferred
it was actually on top of it.
Yeah, because other than the survival materials compact in that tin, including matches, a hook, which is used for either fishing or sewing up sutures.
Yep.
That's a really good survival kit that I'd mentioned to a lot of people. The food packet and survival. It comes with matches, a cord that you can cut trees down with, a small pocket knife, and a little bit of food and water tablets.
That's it.
Yeah, I know exactly what that package comes with.
Yeah. It came out of there?
Yeah, you're talking to a survival expert right now. I know exactly what that package comes with. Because I've had a few of those. I've had 3 of those exactly. One of them was used survival weekend. One of them was used on the trips on the Big Black. I separated the materials for the trips on the Big Black. I mean, not Black, but Big Black, but Black Creek. And, yeah.
At this point in time, I don't know which ones can... Oh, I know exactly which one's firing because it's that one and it's picking up that.
Well, both of them are firing right now with the range that the soundboards...
I have it a little high.
Yeah, I would turn down that blue mic a hair if I was you.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. What time is it? Oh, shit, it's 8:04.
Jesus Christ. We've been recording here for about 23 minutes.
Yeah, since 6 o'clock.
No, that was for YouTube.
Yeah.
Which, if you haven't checked out the YouTube, it's Tasmanian Chase.
Sure
Please
is.
like and subscribe if you enjoy our content.
Because here soon, Tasmanian Chase, that's going to be over and done with because I'm going to start a gun channel.
That could be just a secondary channel, though.
Yeah, it could be. I haven't put a lot of thought into it yet. I just found out today that there's a thing called GunTube, and I'm going to check it out right after we get down here.
You have to pay for a subscription.
Which, by the way, I meant to say this on the last podcast, but I'm going to gift a few GoPro 5th Gen Heroes and a few other GoPros that are newer gen for us to record action videos.
Adventures.
Yeah, like our camping trip while we're canoeing and everything.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to have the GoPros to record all this. I mean, we'll definitely use this Nikon.
That's just a video camera.
Either way, I know there's vloggers in New York that use these same cameras, so they pick up good audio and good video. Mm-hmm. But we need to invest in some better mics.
I've been looking at the Hero 3.
Look, those little bitty mics that we were running.
Hero 3 are running at a great price, but I have 3 Hero 5s and 2 Hero 6s.
So these right here are stupid cheap, and what we're running them on, I mean, I bought this mainly for like action stuff. So like, we can just hook them up. If I need to get 2 more, just let me know.
I would.
I mean, it's just Bluetooth.
I can put that on my fucking collar while we're fishing. I'll fucking wear one of them walking around.
While we run that contest, I hope y'all know, from whoever's on my team, y'all are going to see some frog gigging action.
Oh, God.
Which we
does realize the camera is off now.
Right? I don't gig for frogs. We wade through water with pistols, and we shine a light on the frogs and grab them. Unless we're in the channels where I line fish off of a tree, which we're going to be hooking bluegill to that, by the way. And y'all see the kind of catfish we pull from that. And with how close I'll be to Lowerhead Dam, y'all get some videos of Lowerhead Dam, and y'all get some videos of striped bass fishing too.
Before we close this out, I want you to go in as much depth as you can with your FFL business of what you do, and
since we sidewinded from that,
yeah,
the original
hard fucking sidewind.
Yeah, because we're already almost 30 minutes
right,
in.
By the way, because none of us in this room are leftists.
No.
Which
I'm a God-fearing American.
In the future, as long as it's cleared by the owner of this podcast, I might bring a leftist on this podcast that, even though he's a leftist, he understands some of the options that we have as
he's not
right-handed
a leftist.
republic.
Hey,
he's not complete left-hand, but he'll actually sit there and listen to both sides.
No, let's put it like this.
Do I know this said person?
Will May. By the way, if Will May listens
I apologize beforehand. I'm sorry.
If Will May listens to any of this, love you, bro. But yeah, we're gonna try to rope you into this podcast at some point because we need a leftist point of view.
2-way until I die, damn it.
2-way? You mean 1-way?
No. Second Amendment till I die. I have the rights to keep and bear arms.
Sorry, y'all.
2-A.
He does not understand what I'm talking about. But I want to show y'all the point of view of somebody that has no bias. Having no bias like me opens you up to a lot of points in life. And not this... I don't want to get into politics on this podcast, so...
It's no filter, so I mean... Eventually, one day, we will have to stumble upon that topic.
So,
one day,
on the
which
first,
is not fucking today.
On the first little bit, we did get into a little bit of politics, but for most of the subscribers, I try not to, because politics is one thing, is stressful, and it's only one-sided.
Well, it's not only stressful and one-sided. If you don't have somebody from the other party's point of view, it seems like we have a completely biased
Like,
topic.
as you being an LLC owner and an FFL owner, the only reason why I asked about your opinion was because it's going to affect you more than the consumer.
Exactly, and I have to at least try to keep up with politics.
Right.
With owning an FFL and any class of weapons license, even if you own a concealed carry, this is something that you need to keep up with.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do not keep up with it, you might be committing a felony that...
Without knowing.
Yeah, exactly. Just like under the Biden administration, they tried to pass a law where we cannot third-party sell our personal firearms to...
Wait, he tried to get rid of private sales?
Yeah, they tried to get rid of private sales for at least...
There is no way in physical hell he could have ever done that fast.
They did. For at least 3 months. I need to research on this topic more before I talk about it on the podcast. But the ATF tried to pass, or they might have passed for a little bit of point of time, from my knowledge, that you could not sell your personal firearms to even a personal friend that you know that no harm could ever be done with a firearm.
Yeah.
Which, in my opinion, with us living in America and us being a free state, that is stepping on all kinds of freedoms that we are given
that is
as
literally
American
stepping
citizens.
on the Constitution.
No, it
and
is.
Kind of literally just twisting your foot into the mud.
In my opinion, at least, because everybody has their own opinions, which I'm not trying to start an argument in the comments or anything like that.
Oh, I already can tell you now. Somebody's going to have an issue. And it's gonna start an argument.
I get that. And we're just voicing our opinions. So if you do not like our opinions...
As free Americans...
Then you might want to find another podcast channel.
That's like... No, I mean... You're right. You're right. That's more like what Colorado is going through right now. With
exactly, like trying to ban all semi-automatic firearms. Yes.
And it's impossible. I mean...
Yeah. Well,
I'm sitting here thinking, I've done heard this 100 times. Yes, they could be grandfathered in, but the people that already have them, it's going to affect them more than it is the people that doesn't have them.
Look at the most, in my opinion, the most Second Amendment bearing one civilian at the point in time of his death, which rest in peace to the dragon, but the biggest military collector and firearm collector,
the Dragon Man of Colorado.
Yes, the Dragon
because
Man.
When he was alive, they had zero fucking regulations.
No, it's not that they had zero regulations. They had the right regulations in place for the police to background check somebody and to test and polygraph somebody to make sure that they were a rightful Second Amendment owner in the United States of America.
Right.
In my opinion, Colorado used to be one of the best states to live in because of that fact.
Yep. And it all comes down to who you putting in office.
Exactly.
Like, when it comes to politics, everybody's going to lie to you.
Well,
just to get to what they want, right? And then they're going to do a little at a time.
Not only that, is that everybody is going to have their own opinion,
right,
based on the lies that they are told by politics.
And now, what I have understood by going a little deeper into it is that Congress was mainly talking about the AR-15, which they are scared of, which is perfectly fine. I understand. It looked scary to a non-gun owner. I'm a gun owner, and I am more scared of an AK-47 and a honey badger.
No, you want to know what I'm more scared of?
And a honey badger, the reason why I'm scared of a honey badger is because it's silent. And it shoots faster than an AR-15.
As the owner of several, and I mean several, I own I own 15 300 blackouts and 8.6 blackout. And 3 out of those either have WT triggers or licensed under my FFL 4-position triggers. That's not what I'm scared of. You really want to know what I'm scared of?
Yes, please tell me.
People that understand what the fuck they're doing. and don't
They're
give
more
up.
scary than anyone else.
The underdogs.
No, let me finish.
The underdogs.
Understand,
not just them.
Understand by hood logic what they are doing, but do not care, even though they might be a felon, that they're committing crimes against us as a people under the Lord by taking other people's lives, and at the same time want to find weapon-free zones to take advantage of to be target. That's why, as American citizens, I absolutely recommend that everybody has firearm knowledge and everybody can protect whoever does not have a firearm in that household, school.
Quick question, personal question.
Colony, whatever you want to call it, because if you own a firearm and you are in that position, let me make this completely clear. This is the main thing you need to understand. If you own a firearm and you get put in that position, you are not only in charge of you and your family's life, but you are in charge of everybody around you's life, and you need to understand that, and you need to take knowledge of that.
I 100% agree with you. I had a call not too long ago with the.
You know where any tape is at home? Like for boxes, duct tape? Where?
With a young boy that was having issues with a bunch of bullies, and he was thinking about bringing a firearm to the school.
We'll find out.
So yeah, I 100% agree with you on that topic there. But let's dive deeper into your FFL license and your business of operations of firearms and gunsmith. Like,
okay.
What are you working on as of right now, topic-wise?
As of right now, I'm working on a lot of personal business. I have a few jobs that are for other people. I have a few people at work that I work with. I'm building 3 honey badgers. Not actual name brand honey badgers,
My favorite.
but parts and pieces from Knight's Armament, PSA, and other companies that I can actually trust some of the parts from. Mm-hmm. You need to do your research and understand what parts you're working with before you do these things. And after you get your FFL, if you're worried about your FFL, first concern is firearm safety, making sure that everything you do is under the books, and making sure that even if you've had a firearm or two stolen from you, you make sure everything that you do
is documented.
Exactly. Is at least documented and reported to a police department.
Now, I have a question now. If you have a firearm and you want to get it re-registered into your name, how can you do so?
Well, it depends on what state you're talking about when you bring up that question.
Mississippi is just as simple as going to your local police station.
1 second. Are you bringing up a general statement of the U.S. of A? Are you bringing up a statement of the state and city you live in?
State and city.
Okay. What you need to do in that case is, no matter what, if you're worried about it getting your FFL or not, so you can get firearms sent directly. Excuse me, people. If you're getting a firearm sent directly to your doorstep or not, what you need to do is take your time, search the NRA, search the ATF, search the CIA, and then search your state and county's rules on firearms legislation. And if there's something you do not agree upon in that legislation, and if you feel it at your heart that you do not agree upon this, write a bill, talk to everybody in your community and everybody that you can get a hold of in your city, and try to get as many signatures on that legislation as possible. Pass that through your local government, state government, and then Senate. And so on and so forth. And this is getting really deep into the gun knowledge, by the way, if y'all did not know this.
I do have one question, and I hate to interrupt you while you're
you're fine.
On your blissful run of your knowledge. But going back to that whole Colorado trying to ban semi-automatic weapons.
Yes.
If you look at it from a gunsmith's perspective, technically speaking, a double-action revolver is technically semi-automatic. Because it does the same purpose as a semi-automatic handgun.
Not really.
It re-chambers the round for you.
Let me stop you there.
They're not talking about that.
You want to find out?
No.
I'll pull the trigger twice, 2 rounds go off, guaranteed.
Do not shoot my fucking
We'll be deaf as shit,
during
but I will prove a point.
Do not.
But it proves a point, will it not? If I pull the trigger twice,
do not brandish a firearm that I have given 3 papers worth of signatures and not even 3 months. 3 months of court clearance. If people do not trust you, but at least you need to sign paperwork if you ever let anybody borrow your gun, by the way. If you ever let anybody shoot your gun, not even in your presence, I'm not worried about the fucking camera right now. They're hearing my voice.
There ain't no such thing as brandishing with no cameras.
But brandishing or not, anytime you loan a firearm to somebody...
I mean, he did put his brand out there already.
But I like, that's an honest to God question. If I pull the trigger of that 1911 twice, how many rounds go off?
2.
If I pull the trigger on this judge twice, how many rounds go off?
2.
So therefore, technically speaking, if you look at it by the function of the firearm, technically a double action revolver would technically be semi-automatic. Correct.
But I do not know the exact date, people. But under revolvers,
it goes under the primitive sections.
Yes, I mean
because it's a cylinder-driven mechanism. That's how they could get away with that. But technically speaking, yes or no? Technically speaking, wouldn't a double-action revolver be semi-automatic? So that's kind of one of those controversial subjects. Because it is, but on the other hand, the laws state differently because of the mechanism it runs.
No. Let me tell you why it's not controversial. It is a revolver, which is one of the... A revolver is the first technical semi-automatic pistol we've had. Other than a French element and an Italian element, and I forget the other countries, so I'm not going to finish this. I'm sorry, y'all.
That's
the
the
thing
thing
that
gets to me. Technically, when they first came out as double-action revolvers, at the time period of which they were invented, that would have been the only semi-automatic.
No. Because the French... Don't get me wrong, it's not... There is some country that made over a 30-round pistol that was...
And I want one. I've seen them, and I want one.
It is not a revolver. It is a belt-fed, revolver-looking pistol.
A belt-fed handgun, I think is what they actually classify it as. Is a belt-fed handgun.
No, back then it just classified as a handgun. Nowadays, it may be classed as a... I'm not sure. I'm not going to finish that sentence because I need to do more research. And sorry, y'all. I know I'm new to the podcast, and
I knew that the subject would kind of do this. That's why I was kind of hesitant on my question, because I knew that it would kind of open this door of... It's kind of
uncertainty.
It's a certain gray area that I don't even think the government quite fully understands.
No. The government's already made their assumptions. No. As a government of the U.S. and a government of the people as which the U.S. should be, we have not classified it yet, to be honest. We have not classified any fucking gun rules. The ATF does all that for us now.
You want to know why?
Hopefully, under the Trump administration, all that gets abolished.
I'm about to say, you really can't regulate guns because of the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment doesn't say what firearms can be used,
because we are
how the firearm is used. because it says you have the rights to keep and bear arms
as a regulated
militia. Well-regulated militia.
To keep and bear arms against foreign and
domestic.
Yes.
Foreign and domestic terrorism.
Exactly.
Thus meaning if the government turns on the U.S. citizens, we, the people, have the rights given to us by our forefathers to defend ourselves in any means we see fit.
Thus which, even though I hate that I had to go through all this schooling too, because of the Bill Clinton administration.
Which I hope all that shit gets reverted completely and utterly. Because all that shit was stupid.
I mean, everybody as a fellow Second Amendment supporter and gun owner of America should believe in. You're bringing up some really tippy-toes arguments.
I know, but that's why it's a no-filter podcast. Oh. Because I can say what I want, when I want, where I want.
No, I know, but I do not want to say anything that puts the government breathing on my neck.
Then just plead the fifth. You have the right to do that.
You can plead the fifth all day long.
I may not be a government official, so I have no legal rights to force you to answer. Just like if you plead the fifth to a law enforcement official, you have the rights to refuse to answer any questions. But yet I already knew the minute I started this subject that it was a controversial ass fucking subject because there's right, there's wrong, and then there's just dumbasses. And I hate to tell people that some of you are dumb as shit and shouldn't own firearms.
Don't say it. Please stop. Just please.
So if you don't need one, don't own one, please.
Alright, guys, and that's going to conclude. That's going to conclude today's episode on the podcast. I'm sorry that it was a little short. We're trying to get this up on YouTube as we speak right now. Hopefully by Monday it should be up and going. This here might be out a little sooner, probably Sunday or so. Y'all have a lovely one. If you like this, please like, subscribe, comment, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
And if y'all have any ideas and want me back on the podcast, request foxtroxt 12.
We're definitely going to have you back.
Yeah.
But thank y'all for listening in to our No Filter podcast. Do go check out the YouTube channel, Tasmanian Chase. Like, subscribe if you enjoy our content. Follow us here on Podbean.
And let me add my daily carry back to my concealed carry.
Let me just put mine back in my nuts.
And as always, y'all have a blessed one. Very thank y'all for following us. I am so sorry that we are coming out late with another video. I've been trying to get the original hosts to come in, but they've been working real hard at their second job, so hopefully we can do more. It's about to start warming up down here in the south, so there's going to be a lot more videos being published.
And if I have any involvement, we'll include some adventure videos, everybody.
Alright, guys, don't tickle your pickle, and don't beat your salami.
And don't shoot yourself.